On Monday, we announced our latest assay results. So more thick, high-grade rare earths and niobium from surface, and also continuing expansion of a northwest trend outside of the existing resource. So we're definitely increasing the scale of the resource. It's already a world-class resource comparable to Mountain Pass and to Lynas in terms of grade and volume. So we're getting even bigger. That's very, very exciting. And to top all that off, we've announced today an extension of our strategic alliance with the US-based REAlloys.
Welcome to Proactive Investors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Kerry Stevenson. I've asked John Prineas. He is the founder and executive chairman of St. George Mining. They've had some news out today about a strategic alliance, but alongside that, their project in Brazil it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's expanding. It's getting really interesting. And we all know critical minerals is where the place to be at the moment. John, good to see you. What's the latest news with you guys? Lots going on here.
It has been a great week for us. On Monday, we announced our latest assay results. So more thick, high-grade rare earths and niobium from surface, and also continuing expansion of a northwest trend outside of the existing resource. So we're definitely increasing the scale of the resource. It's already a world-class resource comparable to Mountain Pass and to Lynas in terms of grade and volume. So we're getting even bigger. That's very, very exciting. And to top all that off, we've announced today an extension of our strategic alliance with the US-based REAlloys, one of the leading rare earths companies there.
That's the one that piqued my interest because we know what's going on in the US. We know that they're very keen on getting the critical minerals. When you say it's been extended, explain a little bit more about why this is important and how it's going to move forward.
Yeah, that's right. We first announced this strategic alliance in September last year. We've sent some material to REAlloys for met testing. It took a little bit longer to get up there than we had hoped for, but they're doing the test work right now. The idea is that they will tell us exactly how they're going to separate and metallize our material, how it's going to make the magnet materials that the US desperately wants, and we will use that to tweak our flow sheet for the rare earths down at Araxá. So that work is continuing. Hopefully it will culminate in a very good offtake agreement in due course. We know the US is very much committed to getting more rare earths into the country. REAlloys is getting a lot of support from US government to do that, and we're hoping that will flow down to St. George as well.
Explain a little bit more about who REAlloys are. I mean, who are they as a company and why? What's the connection there?
Yeah, they've got proprietary technology already for the separation of rare earths. So this is what China has really got a monopoly on at the moment. And REAlloys is basically establishing independent refining metallization capacity in the US. That's what the US needs. To go along with that, they need some raw feed. So REAlloys itself has a small rare earth deposit, but they need a lot more to feed all the requirements of the US Defense Department and commercial industries over there. So they're looking to partner with a very large resource like we have to get the offtake, to get the feedstock, to produce all the magnet materials that the US wants. They are the leader at the moment for refining rare earths.
Does this mean that you can potentially fast track into production? Because what I'm looking for, and the audience is shareholder value going into 2026.
Yeah, absolutely. Our expedited pathway to development is actually one of our points of difference and advantages. We're in an established mining region, so all the infrastructure we need is in place to get into production. All we need is to really tweak that flow sheet and work out exactly how to produce this rare earth product. On the niobium side, it's really a lay down misère because the neighbours CBMM have been doing it for 50 years. The rare earths, we're going to work it out with REAlloys and some other metallurgical partners. And yeah, we've got a great opportunity to get into production within about 2 to 3 years for the rare earths, which is very fast.
It is fast, but I guess, is there, how are you going to fund it? Do you think that there's going to be some funding coming from the US? Because is there going to be some sort of an alliance between the US and Brazil? Are they friendly?
They're definitely friendly. Look, the US has already given a $460 million loan to Cerro Verde, which is the only producing rare earths mine in Brazil. They
Okay.
weren't doing so well and needed a bit of a bailout. So the US has extended a very favorable loan to them. And I
Wow.
think, yes, they're very committed to supporting development of other rare earths projects in Brazil. They see that as an ideal partner, obviously the same geographical location, a time zone, to be a producer and supplier to the US rare earths chain.
Okay, so for our audience out there as well, just going away from REAlloys onto the latest assays that you announced on Monday, this is expanding the resource, correct? I just want people to understand that this is getting bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. We've extended laterally to the northwest, but we've also extended at depth. So the resource is currently modeled to 100 meters. We're seeing mineralization down to 140 meters below surface. Very high grades, ending in mineralization up to 22% TREO. So there's just phenomenal grades. We're very confident the resource will get a lot bigger. We're already up there, as I said, with Mountain Pass and Lynas, and I think we're going to be an even more impressive neighborhood soon.
One to watch, ladies and gentlemen, do your own research. But St. George Mining, the ASX code is SGQ. Got that right. And John is the founder and executive chairman. Lots of news going into 2026. Congratulations, John. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you.